Okay, we're going to call this part 3 of threading with the mini lathe. I have my HHIP dial indicator, and I'll be able to not have to rely on my poor man's DRO, which I generally lose track of where the material is in between running it forward and backward, the backlash. Yeah, that's it. Good old backlash. So I got this tool where it's just marking, and I got the indicator set at 0. So we're going to run this. I think maybe around 400. Well, there's 300. Let's try that. I'm going to use oil. Now, I had success with copper before. I did this, and I had this actually polished to a mirror shine at one time. But I did that before I knew about annealing. I have a little supply of this 1.5-inch lugs of copper as far as material goes. I probably have close to a foot. I got those cut off in like 3-inch lengths at my friend's tool shop, my new buddy. Well, he's my neighbor's father, and he's been very receptive to my learning, and has offered me any and all of the services the shop provides. If I buy an old beat-up machine, bring it over there and we'll rebuild it. Okay, I can see now my indicator is not going to work in this position. I need to get it located up here on this end of the block to allow for the travel of the carriage. Okay, let's get that right on 0. That's close enough. Okay, that should be fine. That's not really straight. Let's do this right if we're going to do it. Okay, that's a little straighter. Okay, here we go with annealed copper. And I'm using an indicator this time because I figured out I should have one and blah blah. Okay, we're going to call this part 3 of threading, single point threading on the mini lathe. And I have a piece of copper in there which I annealed. Now, I've worked with copper before. I even knew I needed to anneal it, and I may not have needed to anneal it, but I did this, for instance, and at one time this was a mirror shine. I mean, a polished, on the 2500 grit paper, and I turned it into a little knocker for knocking my stuff around. But anyway, I have quite a bit of this copper. I probably have a foot in length. I got a bunch of 3-inch cut-offs. An inch and a half diameter. So, after another attempt recently of machining the copper, it was proving way too difficult until I annealed some and did a lot better. So let's go ahead and see if we can't turn some copper. I am just under my 375 diameter. So I'm going to start my wheel. Let me slow this down for starting purposes. Okay, that's as far as I can go. Okay, I'm coming around to 1 or 8. And there's 1. Okay, we got a scratch there. And let's see if we are at 16 threads, and we are. So I'm going to pull this back. Run this in reverse. I'm going to take this back to 0. And we'll try 3/1000ths of an inch. This thing is not totally cleaned up. Go forward. Okay, I'm not sure what that noise was, but I'm assuming that it's not going to be a problem. Oh, it's 3/1000ths. It might be the plastic guard on my apron. So let's take this back up. So we did 3/1000ths. So I'm going to take this to 8, and that should be a 5/1000th cut. So we are at 8/1000ths. Back and forward. Okay, that's good. Our number is 8/1000ths. Back it up. Yeah, that noise is my plastic chip guard on my apron. Okay, we need to go back to 8/1000ths. And we're going to add 5, so we're going to go to 13. We'll see how 5/1000th cuts do. Okay, I'm going to take this back to 13 and just do a spring pass just to clean that up. Go forward. Okay. Our number is 13. And we are back to 13. And we're going to do 2 thousandths. Our new number is 15. No, this time I'm going to reverse it back without retracting the tool. And I got away with that. Okay. 15 is my number. Let's go to 18. Go to forward, power. Okay, I'm going to go back in my tracks. I'm going to do a spring pass. I believe 18 was my number. So I'm going to back this off, reverse out. We're going to go 2, 20 is our number. We're going to go forward. I'm going to reverse it out without withdrawing the tool. I'm going to do a spring pass. And 20 is our number. Okay. Take a look at this. Okay, I'm going to try, just going to keep on doing 2 thousandths this time. Increments. Switch to forward. And a reverse out without retracting the tool. I'm going to do 22, I'm going to do 25. Go forward. Spring pass. Reverse out. I'm going to do another spring pass. Okay, I'm still at 25. I want to try that now. So, let me find my nut. There it is. Need to pull the tool. Okay, I'm going to put my disengage the gear train and let this thing spin forward. I'm going to take a triangular shaped file . I'm going to take a flat file . Give that another try. Okay, so we need to cut some more threads. So we're going to go back. I don't have any wires. And we're going to go back. Back in gear. Yeah, I'm afraid I lost my I don't think I made it in gear. There we go. Okay, that's my new zero, and ironically enough, my indicator is reading 0. So I'm going to re-zero my poor man's DRO, and I'm going to advance 2,007 inch. Change the direction to forward. Our number is 2,000. Bring the tool back out. Reverse. Back to 2,000. I'm going to add 2 more. So our number is 4,000. up to 6 thousandths. Thousandths is our number. Go to 8. I'm going to run it backwards without withdrawing the tool. Should be at 8. We are. Let's go to 12 thousandths. And at that, we'll check it again. Okay, we're going to run that back again without withdrawing the tool. And we're going to do a spring pass. Okay, we are at 12. Let's go ahead and try their nut. Okay, we're still not quite there yet. Okay, I found using one of my swollen batteries. I couldn't see waiting for that battery to charge up, but we got it done. It's a little loose, but I'm sure it would tighten up on a shoulder. So next, we will be doing internal threads of the same pitch, and that'll be part 4. Threading on Minilathe. You can see pretty much all the material that came out of that piece of metal. I need to get some wire gauges, and I need to learn when to stop. How much of the point do I need to take off? At what point do I have the diameter correct, but the height of the teeth are preventing me from getting it on? Because I feel like I could have stopped a lot earlier on this and just filed the teeth down, and I would have had a tighter fit. And also in the past videos, it's pointed out to me, but I was saying 350 thousandths for 3/8, and I have no doubt that I did that. I'll also call aluminum copper and brass aluminum, and sometimes don't get all the facts straight, even though I do know the facts. Okay, here is an earlier piece. And that's basically suffering from the same problem. This is a little wobbly. But I feel like I've come along pretty far. I'm not too sure how I feel about breaking all the rules. Not using a compound, cutting on the backstroke, we'll call it. But regardless of all that, if I needed to make a thread, I can do it. If I can make one to match an internal thread, all the better. My confidence level is pretty high right now. And to think back in the first 5 or 10 minutes of this piece, I was ready to throw it all in, throw in the towel, as they say. I do have something I keep forgetting to ask, and this is, what is it? Give you some measurements. Okay. And measurements wise, I think I would measure this. I think I would measure this corner to corner. Like that. My biggest number there is 898. So if anybody has an idea what that is, I think it's a reamer, but who knows? Well, you probably know. I don't know. You know, it's interesting, I can go through my pornography. Let me get one of my porno books out, because I can learn a lot reading pornography, machinist pornography. And, you know, I can page through this thing and see tools, you know, that I've acquired out of toolboxes or whatnot, and I can therefore identify that tool, and to my pleasure sometimes learn what the cost of that tool is. I have one more porno book. Oh, and this is one that I'm sure all of you guys are familiar with. I don't need to worry about whether that's going to focus in or not, because just the color of the book tells you who that is. Great resources. All right, guys. We'll see you on internal threading part 4.
Okay, I'm not 100% sure this is totally necessary, but I'm going to anneal this copper before trying to thread it. So I got some lap gas. I got a roll of paper here in the road. I'm going to start here at the bottom. I'm not sure where the hottest part of this flame is. Is it out here where the oxygen is? I'm suspecting that, but... I'm going for red. I sure thought I would have had some color by now. I think these pliers might be working away a lot of the heat. Yeah, I think this is doing a better job now. Okay, I got red on the tip now. Okay, we got red there. I'm gonna let this cool naturally for a bit before I quench it. So, I'm gonna give that 5 minutes to cool down before I quench it, as these vice grips are getting very hot.